scissors and a pencil, and you're gonna need construction paper that's cut in half. I just cut it in half. And what you're gonna do is choose 3 different colors of construction paper. I think I'll do purple, orange, and green. And you're gonna put your hand down. You grab your pencil, and you're gonna trace around your hand. Be very careful and make sure that your hand stays still, and that your pencil makes one fluid line all the way around your hand. You grab your scissors and we're going to cut it out. And I want you to be careful when you're cutting it out, because if you do it just right, you'll actually have 2 hands. Now I know you're wondering, how am I going to have 2 hands, Mr. P? Well, that's easy. The one that you're cutting out is the positive version of your hand. That's using the positive space, this part right up in here. The other hand is going to be created by the hole that it left in the paper. That's going to be the negative version of your hand. So we're going to do our best to try to make a nice, smooth, even cut. No jagged edges when you're cutting over the entire outline here. 2 hands, positive, negative. Now you get the other 2 sheets of paper. You're gonna glue one down to the positive, the positive hand down to one sheet, and you'll do the same with the negative version. So now we actually have 2 hands, 2 of them. That's really important, because what we're going to do with the hands is going to be really neat. First, one hand will stay with you. Okay, one hand is going to stay with you. You're going to put your name on it, and you're going to take it home in your portfolio when we do our portfolios and such, just like you do with every other art piece that we make. But one of your hands is going to stay with me, and I'm going to create a installation piece. I know you're thinking, installation piece? What in the world is that, Mr. P? Well, that's easy. Some artwork are meant to be just hung on a wall, and you can hang it on any old wall in any old house or museum or any place like that. But some pieces are specifically made for some areas, and they call that an installation piece, because you're going to install it in a special area. So one of the hands that you make, you're going to leave with me, and we're going to install it at one of the locations here in the school. Not going to tell you which location though. You're just going to be walking around in the halls, in your buildings, and all of a sudden, bam! You're going to see your hand sitting there, and you're going to be like, whoa, that's awesome. That's what Mr. P did with it. How cool is that? Because when all of these hands get together, it's going to make a really awesome piece. Really awesome piece. I have an example of it. Let me go ahead and try to get this evenly distributed. This by far is the hardest one to glue down, but if you take your time, the negative one is by far the hardest one to glue down. But if you take your time, you will get it just right. Just do your best, try to do your best to make sure it lines up with the edges here on the top, along the sides, and in the bottom. Just make sure those edges line up. If you see something that's not glued down because you didn't put enough glue in it, that's okay. Just go ahead and you can add a little bit of glue after it's mostly glued down, and glue that section down. You don't want any pop-up sections. Okay, now here's one hand and there's the other hand. Now I have a picture of a piece that I did with lots of hands. I made a huge wooden box and I put all of the hands in a grid pattern. Isn't that cool looking? Anyway, that's what we're going to do today, and I want you guys to go and have fun.